Yami and Vengeance together can form a gateway to the underworld through the Qliphoth ritual. However, just because the ritual is over doesn't mean a pathway to bring Qliphoth devils into the human world are off the table. As a matter of fact, with Yami having dark magic and Vengeance giving Yami a sword made from world tree magic, alongside with Moore's premonition about Yami bringing darkness into this world, I think a freak accident by Yami could be on the verge of happening if Yami continues to use dark magic mixed with that sword made from world tree magic. So what am I getting at here? Well, first let's talk about Moore's terrifying premonition about Yami. He said when darkness dyes the world tree black, we'll be able to link this world with the underworld. He then goes on to call Yami the chosen one and claim that Yami will be the one to bring death, despair, and darkness into the world. He made this speech directly towards Yami, so think about it for a second. Dark magic and world tree magic forms a magic channel that opens up the gates to the underworld, right? But not only that, in order for the ritual to take place, a large amount of mana is needed to perform the ritual. That's why Morris built the Candelo to collect magic from the Spade citizens. But now that Yami has already been put through the Qliphoth ritual once, he's been affected by it and now has a large amount of mana flowing through him. So let's use this as Yami having enough mana to perform a pseudo ritual. Now before we continue, if you haven't already, be sure to subscribe and turn on notifications so you can be notified when a new Black Clover video drops. Much appreciated. But let's continue. So what if in the future Black Clover chapters, as Yami continues to infuse his dark magic into the world tree magic sword Vengeance created for him, and uses a dimension slash which opens a dimensional rift into the underworld, allowing devils to pour out? Or this creates an opportunity to try and push Lucifero back to the underworld. Could a dimension slash be capable of that? It can cut through dimensions, so could it cut through the human world and reach the underworld if it uses dark magic and world tree magic along with the magic power that's welling up in Yami from the ritual itself? If it does, then this would open up another possibility for, let's say, an underworld arc, because what if someone like Asta gets pulled through that dimensional rift created by Yami, which takes him to the underworld? This opens up another possibility for Asta to get there without having to die and get sent to the underworld, as I've consistently preached on this channel in the past, right? But say a dimension slash isn't capable of that. Okay, fine. Well, let's take the three important pieces that we have, or I should say the four most important pieces, which is dark magic, world tree magic, Yami brimming with magic, and the devil heart or core within him, whichever one it's going to end up being. To me, Yami still has all the pieces necessary to accidentally continue the ritual, as long as he's using that sword and filling it with dark magic. I still think it could happen. So instead of a dimensional rift to the underworld, then what if the roots on Yami's sword continue to grow as he continues to use that sword, and it eventually spirals out of control to the point where it's now acting as a mini Qliphoth tree? Could that be possible? I guess we'll just have to wait and see. Yeah, but if a freak accident like that happens in the future, then I'm banking on Yami being the cause of it all, just as Morris predicted he would. But what do you think about the possibility of Yami's dimension slash creating a rift to the underworld? Imagine if Beelzebub, the spatial magic devil, uses this opportunity to teleport himself out of the underworld while the rift is open. I already predicted that he would show up through Xenon, but if he showed up fully manifested, then that would be insane too. But I'm hoping that's not the case, because I feel he'd just murder everyone in the area. But yeah, that's it for me. We'll eventually find out. Peace out.